Alright, so let's talk about Finn's moves, right? First and foremost, right? He has a typical jab, 1, 2, 3. It hits pretty far. It's a 3-hit combo, right? It's great. You can lead into his other moves, you know, his up smash off the first or second hit, right? You come into the third hit, you can't do anything, right? You can't combo into anything. You gotta wait a bit to dash cancel. So his combos are hugely revolved around the first two hits being canceled into something, right? So you can do jab, jab, down smash if you're close to the ledge to go for an edge guard. You can try to do jab, jab, up smash and go for a combo. Things along those lines, right? It's a great combo starter. It's pretty far, right? Not very committal because you can just dash out of it. It's great. It's really good. This is probably one of the reasons why people hate fighting Finn. Alright, moving on. Right, down smash, it's a spike, right? But if you charge it out of the way, it actually gives you a shockwave. If you charge it halfway, you get a small shockwave, right? You see it? Boom, it's right there. So there's two levels to it: non-charge, mid-charge, and then fully charged, right? This is more so the only move in Finn's arsenal that really gets unique properties when you fully charge it. And we'll go into his charge moves in a little bit. Alright, so moving on. Up smash, right? It can lead to potential combos. It's a launcher. It can kill if they're at high enough percent. You know, Bug is just kind of light, right? No, this is sick, boy. All those carrots going straight to his thighs. So yeah, it's a kill move at decently late percents, but you got to consider DI, right? Y'all always DI out whenever you get launched upwards. All right, so moving on. You know, those are his grounded moves, right? Then he has high five. High five reflects projectiles. It's pretty good. It's super slow. This is something you have to consider. It's very slow. So I wouldn't recommend using it on anything other than slow projectiles. Why did that whiff? There we go. Yeah. So anything that's a slow projectile, use it on, right? You can't slap. You can't slap back safe or missile. So little asterisk there. There's certain moves in this game that are projectiles that you can't slap back. It's weird. I don't have a list. I hope they come out with a list later. But slap is pretty good. And when you play with a teammate, if you have your slap fully charged, right? You know, just running around a little bit. It actually makes a shockwave happen. So you can definitely use this to try to edge guard, right? Or in a scramble situation. Or if your opponent has them in a combo. I'm sorry, if your partner has the opponent in a combo, you know, you could go and slap them. It's a decent kill move, right? Not as good as it used to be, but it can still get the job done at later percents. And then Finn's next ground move is shoulder tackle. I'll get more into this move later, as it has quite a few special properties that are gonna heavily be involved in Finn's toolkit, especially for combos. But yeah, I'll get into that later. And then his air moves, right? You know, he has a nice forward air, right? It's pretty far. You can combo into the second half of it, right? Jab, jab. It's great. It's nice. His up air, it's a upward swing. It's nice. It's nothing like Bugs, you know. But Bugs' up air is insane. But it's nice to kind of just launch your opponent up during a combo, right? Jab, up air, right? It's a true combo. Let me put him to dodge. Boom, true combo. You can just keep him above you. Try to hit him on the way down, right? It's just nice, you know. Give yourself some space. Get your opponent away from you. Go for an edge guard or something. Maybe try to kill off the top. You pick and choose, right? Now, another move is his side special in the air is actually kind of a little rush, right? It's not that great by itself, but when you involve gem, which I'll go more into later, you can throw gem, right, and then teleport to it. You can even hit your opponent with gem and then teleport to it. So Finn has a lot of ways to approach in this game. Finally, his up special, right? Backpack. People hate this move. It's the bane of a lot of people's existence. It's great for recovery. It's great for combos, right? It's a 360 hitbox, so even if you're behind him, you still get sucked into it with the vacuum effect. Now, there's special mechanics to this that I'll go into detail later, because you're probably noticing that money's flying out, right? I'll get into that later. Finn's final aerial is his spike, right? It's pretty traditional. Everyone has a spike. His is a little weird, though, because it hits far above him for some reason. That doesn't make sense. I don't know why, but keep that in mind if somebody tries to edge guard you and they whip their spike and then you just spike them from Uranus, right? Jupiter. It's insane how high that hits. It leads to combos as well, which I'll get into later. Alright, now we have Finn's neutral attacks, right? His ground neutral attack is just a chop. You can charge it. I'll get into charge later. And his jump nair is a kick that helps a lot with his combo ability, right? There's a cooldown on it, so make sure you use this wisely. But this move is actually bugged online, and instead of launching you like this, it doesn't take you anywhere, even if it's not on cooldown. So I hope that gets addressed. I definitely need to share that because I'm sure Finn players have noticed. Now, another thing about this kick is it breaks armor, right? Wonder Woman armor's up, you kick, her armor is gone, right? You want to use armor breaks when people are armored up, because if not, you're going to do a move and then they're just going to completely destroy you. Finn has 2 armor breaks, his nair and then his down smash, right? They're both great for armor breaks, so keep that in mind. Well, let's get into his specific unique mechanic, right? His charge. Like, characters in this game can charge moves, yes, but Finn can basically charge all his moves, right? Like, for example, his neutral attack, if you run around, you charge it, right? It's stronger, it provides more knockback. Same thing with his jab. You can charge the first hit of it. You just have to run around and it'll build up the meter that you see right below the dodge meter, right? All his ground moves can do this. Down smash, up smash, jab, neutral attack, right? And of course, you can get different combo opportunities as well, right? Depending on how charged it is. You can do this into up B. He's dodge on, so you can tell that's true. This is great to know and great to have, right? It's a great confirm if you read their DI or if they do poor DI. If they DI out like you just saw, it's not really a true combo. And let's not forget that he also has aerial moves, right? Now his aerial moves you can't really charge except for the second hit of his forward tilt, right? This is the only move in the air that you can charge. Well, unless you count coming down with high five, right? Because high five is also a charge move, but it works a little different. You don't have to actually keep high five out to charge it. As you see the bar on the bottom, it builds up as you move around the screen. Even if you dash around, it builds up, right? So there's a lot of ways to bring it up. It's not just regular movement. You can also dash around and it comes back. Alright, so now let's talk about Finn's other unique mechanic. Yes, Finn has more. Everyone is created equal, but Finn is created more equal. Let's talk about his item shop, right? You have to gain money to access the shop, to purchase things, I should say. Speed boost, great, phenomenal buff, right? Buns of Steel, armor to projectiles, and BMO, which is an early kill move that is armored, but super difficult to land. So you really wouldn't use BMOs unless you're in 2s, unless you're godlike and you have the biggest brain read in 1s, right? And if you're wondering what 1s and 2s are, 1s means 1v1, and 2s mean 2v2. It's just the way the community decided to call it. Don't come at me for it. Anyways, moving on. How do you get money? Well, you literally rob people, right? You beat them up and you rob them. See this? Beating up Shaggy? I'm taking his chocolate milk money, right? It's great. It's excellent. So the cool thing about these buffs is they actually apply to your teammate. Now, the speed doesn't apply very long, unfortunately, but it could be a nice little boost of momentum for your partner. But Finn keeps it forever, to my knowledge, unless it bugs out, right? It's still in beta, so there's definitely kinks that need to be fixed, and I'll show you the kinks I'm talking about later. But moving on, Buns of Steel, the way it works is whenever you charge a move, you get projectile armor, right? So as you can see, I'm charging a move, right? We have armor to most projectiles. Now, what constitutes a projectile in this game? I'll show you a little rule of thumb here, right? So let's put Shaggy to throw his sandwich. I'm gonna have to beat him up a little bit. So as you see, when the sandwich flies to us, you see how it has like that little aura in front of it? That helps constitute what a projectile is, right? When you look at that, you'll be like, okay, cool, it's a projectile. So now, let me apply the buff, right? Boom, I tank it. You throw it at me, I can punish you, right? So it's something nice to be mindful of when you're playing this game, especially in 2s when you're fighting all these Velmas, you're fighting all these Tom and Jerry's, right? You find a bunch of characters that literally just random bullshit go. So Buns of Steel, phenomenal buff, especially because your teammate gets the same amount of stacks, and you could keep stacking these as well. Alright, so let's talk about BMO, because it's very important to know how BMO works, right? So BMO costs $1,000, very expensive. Once you buy BMO, you no longer have access to your item shop because he takes down special, right? That is something you have to be aware of. So you no longer have your gem in the air, and you no longer have your item shop. You have to commit the BMO. It's great because it's armored and it can kill early, right? So as you can see, I'm going to tank this, and then I hit him, right? A little bit more percent, Shaggy would be gone. Man would he would cease to exist, right? So it's great to have, but you got to remember, he's going to get rid of your item shop. He's going to get rid of your gem. You're probably thinking, well, what gem are you talking about? I'm glad you asked. So in the air, if you do down special, you throw a gem that you can teleport to, right? It's great. It helps with your recovery, right? You can throw it off stage. You can catch it, throw it back to stage, and then you side special back to it, right? You can throw it at different angles, you know, kind of like mix up your approach, right? You can even throw it straight up if you want, you know. Very important. When they're getting edge guarded, mix up your recovery with gem. Now, you can run out of gem. Gem costs 100 gold to use every single time. Once you run out of gem, you get an apple. This isn't bad to have. This is not bad at all to have. Why? Apple's great. If you literally just jump and throw apple, it has a hitbox to it. So you can zone with this, right? You cannot do this with gem. Gem does not have a hitbox on it. So it's a give and take, right? It's a good and a bad thing. You no longer have your mix-ups and your potential combo extensions without gem, right? However, and also you have to direct what side you want to attack with when you throw gem. So if you throw gem, oh whoops, a little too far. So if I throw gem and I'm holding to the left, Finn's gonna attack to the left, even though he's behind me. He doesn't auto aim, so you have to aim yourself. You see, as I held right on the stick there, you attack to the right. Yeah, so this isn't tracking. So you make sure you're facing the correct direction and angle your opponent is at. But yes, even if you run out of money, Apple is still phenomenal, right? And especially with some perks that I'll get into later. So yeah, you could just throw Apple out, grab it, and then just proceed to be annoying, right? Obviously, if you use the analog stick, you can get some crazy angles. You could even do wonky stuff like this. You could turn around and throw it behind you. You could Ren and throw Apple behind you. There's a lot of things you could do with Finn's game plan, especially when it comes to his projectiles. You can be super annoying with him. Yes, I'm going to make people dislike Finn even more. There's one more thing when it comes to money with Finn. So going to the move list, right? Click here. If you look at his up special, backpack attack, Finn spins his backpack around, repeatedly hitting enemies who are caught in its vacuum. The more coins Finn has, the stronger his final hit is, but he will drop a coin on a successful hit. So this is something to keep in mind, right? When you're trying to go for the knockout, make sure you have money. There's great ways to combo into backpack, which I'll get into later, but yes, you lose money when you use backpack. And something to keep in mind in twos is that your teammate can actually grab money for you. So you don't have to worry about it just being used. So I'm gonna have to beat you up, Shaggy. Sorry. See, Shaggy grabbed it, and Finn gets the money. Right? Boom. I'm up to 900. So yeah, if you're in twos, you happen to see your partner Finn's money, just grab it for him. It's great. It helps. It goes a very long way. Trust me. All right, let's move on to some of Finn's other mechanics. Right, shoulder tackle. His shoulder tackle negates projectiles, right? His side special, get scronked. What a name. Finn rushes forward shoulder first, blocking projectiles. If the attack hits, he can act again immediately. If Finn has dropped a gem, he will instead do his air version. So there's times where you don't want gem, right? There's a lot of times where you don't want gem, and this being one of them, especially when you're fighting a bugs film, right? Super annoying characters that have projectiles, right? So let me show you, right? He throws pie, you shoulder tackle, you destroy it immediately, right? And then you can act out of it, and maybe you can get a punish. Just to show you how good this is, let me have Bugs do his missile, right? Yes, you can destroy the missile, the forward missile in the air, not the one that comes up and that goes up and comes straight down. Why can't you destroy that one? I'm not really sure. Like I said, I don't really know what fully constitutes a quote-unquote projectile in this game. For example, Tom and Jerry, when Tom throws Jerry, that's not a projectile. You just get hit if you try to shoulder tackle it. So, you know, Multiversus, Warner Bros, please give us like a list of what's a projectile. But yeah, shoulder tackle is great. Now, let's get into its combo potential. Alright, so now let's talk about Finn's combos, okay? Nair and shoulder tackle are gonna come up a lot. Sometimes up air, right? Or up strong, up smash, whatever you want to call it. But Nair and shoulder tackle are the go-to moves. But it's kind of, you know, it's kind of cruel because Nair doesn't work properly online, and I have a tweet showcasing this, so I'll show that up later. Finn's Nair does not work as intended. He doesn't go anywhere when you do it online. There's the cooldown, right? Then wait, whatever, blah blah blah. He doesn't chase down. Alright? This only works properly offline, as I'm about to show you. Alright, so as you can clearly see, in the move list, it's a kick that breaks armor. Finn will dash behind enemies he kicks. The dash has a cooldown, right? Only works offline. Why? Alright, so let me show you a basic combo starter for Finn, right? And something you have to keep in mind is when you do shoulder tackle, you have to dash. Let the dash rock for a little bit and then jump. Because if you don't and you do it too early, you'll just get a regular jump, right? Sometimes you'll just get stuck on the ground throwing a move out, and you don't want that. You want to chase them down. This is what it's gonna look like. So yeah, that combo was true. As you can see, she's put to dodge during hit stun, right? So she couldn't dodge out. She got KO'd. You know, a bit has to do with how your opponent DIs, right? But for the most part, you can typically chase down here as long as your execution is ready, and you could adjust accordingly to how they DI mid-combo. For a lot of characters like Arya, you at least want speed 1. It makes it easier to combo lighter characters. So yeah, keep that in mind. Speed 1, it's easier to chase them down. And then once again, it's a true combo. She's set to dodge. I'll just showcase a few more combos that you can do with Finn. Finally, let's talk about perks for Finn. I personally think that going out of business is better than on the house. The problem with on the house is that when you fully charge a move, it sends out a gem. Seems nice, right? You know, it sends out a gem, helps you get, you know, a different approach, right? Well, here's the problem. It's not a true combo, right? And a lot of the time, the gem will fall off the stage. Another thing too is it actually costs money. So as you can see, I'm now throwing apples off a fully charged move because it costs 100 gold to use. So a lot of the time, it's not that useful, especially because of the angle that it goes. When you can have other combo potentials with Finn, right? Like they DI out, you know, you don't get the combo, or you have other options, right? That's better than throwing a gem that costs money. So I definitely think on the house is the way to go for, going out of business is the way to go for Finn's primary perk. The cool thing about Finn when it comes to perks is you can choose speed perks, right, in 1s to help extend your combos, even in 2s, make it easier to chase them down, right, when they're DIing away or they DI up. You know, the jump increased speed helps, you know, chasing them down with increased air acceleration, right, just base movement. Or since he does have a projectile, you can choose perks like Ice to beat you, and that's flammable, Doc, because you take out the gem, you throw it, boom, you apply the debuffs, and now you get extra damage, right? Even works with Apple. You can just be annoying, throw the apple at them, whatever, right? There's a lot of options you can do here. So keep that in mind. Finn is very versatile in this game. Just an example of a couple perks that you could use. You know, not for a third perk, you can kind of pick whatever you want. You know, sturdy dodge, neutral dodge or projectile. You gain armor. That's always nice. But in 1s, I would probably go for the speed buff, unless it's a character that you can zone out with Apple and Gem. And in 2s, depending on who you're doubling with, right? This could be phenomenal right here if you both stack this. Alright, that's it for my Finn guide. If you'd like any other characters, let me know in the comments. If I missed anything, please let me know in the comments. Please like, sub. There will be more Multiversus content on this channel because I'm really enjoying this game. And don't forget to fully charge down smash. The shockwaves are actually insane and you get a lot of damage. I really got 19 damage for absolutely nothing. But yeah, stay classy, Finn players, and keep making people rage quit on you, because, you know, spin to win, baby.